Now that we've looked at creating as well as editing both types of profiles, let's look at labeling our profiles. And we're going to focus on using the labels on a layout profile. So we're going to go to our exercise 0706 profile labels. And we see our profile as well as our surface profile and layout profile in profile view. But our layout profile has no labels. Let's go ahead and select our profile. And of course, we can choose to edit profile labels from the contextual ribbon. So I'm going to select this. There's only really the ability to add these types of labels, these labels connected to the stationing or geometry for profiles. We don't have single labels. We're going to look at single labels in association with the other Civil 3D object we create in association with the profile, called profile view labels. What we're going to label are our lines, adding a grade label, and we're going to add labels for our curves. Now we have two different types of labels, crest curve labels and sag curve labels. And so we could have a different style for each type of curve. And again, just take a quick look through that list of all the different things we can label. We can label major and minor stations, so you could have your ticks showing up on your profile. You can show horizontal geometry information, such as PC and PT, for your alignment on your profile, as well as grade breaks. In fact, let's add our grade breaks. And all of this stuff looks very similar to our alignment label groups as well. You have the type, you have the style, you can change the style, you can choose the range to apply those labels from the start to the end, or uncheck these boxes and manually type in station lengths or ranges. But there's a few additional items here that we don't have, such as dimension anchoring. And the reason being is with an alignment label, it's laid out in plan view. A profile label has not only the profile, but the associated profile view that we can take advantage of to control the layout of our labels or the location of our labels. And so what we're going to do is we're going to choose to have the graph or the view be used for all of our labels. And so the location for all of our labels will be along the top of the profile view with a distance of an additional, we'll say, 1/4 of an inch. Now the reason we say only 1/4 of an inch, because this distance is multiplied by the drawing scale, in this case 1/4 of an inch times 30. You even have the ability to weed, so grade breaks, if there's a bunch of labels or grade breaks all together, it will weed out some of those labels and stagger labels as well. So a lot of power here within our profile label set. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Our labels are added in, and notice how they're all arranged. They're all arranged so that they line up along the top of the view. The only labels that didn't do that were our line labels. They stayed right on the line. And the reason being is those dimension anchors only apply if the style takes advantage of them. In this case, the style did not take advantage of them for the line labels. And it's that simple. And of course, when we create a profile, generally speaking, we'll have a label set with all of this placed ready to go. In fact, you can't create an alignment or profile without a label set. That is why oftentimes in templates you'll find label sets for both labeled or named no labels, because you must have a label set. So you'll create a label set that is completely empty in those situations where you don't want any labels, such as our surface profile. So a lot of power here with the different types of labels and their location. Even though we placed them and said they're all going to stay along the top, because these labels take advantage of dimension anchoring, we can move them around as if they were AutoCAD dimensions, moving them up and down so as to improve the legibility and visibility of our labels.